Hi, my name is Jackie Michelle, and during the middle of June, I participated in GitLab CEO Shadow Program. This program is an opportunity for participants to learn about all aspects of the business while following Sid, GitLab CEO, to his meetings and scheduled events. During my normal job, I'm a senior product manager for release management in the ops section of the product management function at GitLab. I spend my days meeting with customers, stack ranking features that will drive new bookings, higher usage, and help our business grow. First thing to note of the program was the sheer volume of meetings, content, personalities, and agendas that Sid is subject to in an 8, really 12-hour time frame. I fully comprehend now the reason why async, efficiency, results, and collaboration are all values at GitLab. But I also am seeing why inclusivity and diversity are extremely important to Sid. All the different perspectives on his executive team, all the people that he interfaces with, these values help keep him on track. And it's refreshing to see a CEO fully embrace and live the values in his day-to-day life as a CEO, but also as an investor in other companies. Second, I recognize the various levels of communication that Sid had to experience and develop in order to lead our organization. From an individual one-on-one to 20 or 30 people on a board call, all the way up to investor one-on-one relationships, Sid is the same individual, very consistent, but changes his style of communication in order to best meet the audience's exposure. I think this is also where our values of handbook first, transparency, and saying what you mean all align to how our business needs to be run and how GitLab is supposed to grow as a company. This is an area where we should think about getting stronger, how not to lose the context of those one-on-one conversations and meetings with Sid to publishing information throughout the company. There's a bunch of speed that comes out of these one-on-one meetings with executives. So it's interesting to watch those percolate down through the organization, knowing that that came from a conversation with Sid in a one-on-one. Third, the single source of truth and the single places of content that we create and curate as an individual contributor at GitLab are referenced in investor calls, external calls, are linked out to different parts of the organization. So it's super important that we maintain those single sources of truth and that we really believe in that content. From product metrics to sales training, competitive pages, all of these are resources that Sid references and discusses with other people. So super important that we all keep those up to date and really think about what that means to your day-to-day job. Fourthly and lastly, staying behind the scenes during executive one-on-ones and investor calls feels really weird. It feels like you should not be in that call or that you're listening in on things that are super confidential, which you are. So as a shadow, it's really important to know that it's a privilege to be a part of these calls. And it's really important to really collaborate and think about how you can keep those sources of truth up to date as an individual. A good example of this is OKRs and how they're tracked in issues and how that information is then bubbled up into decks or conversations with people who are being interviewed at GitLab. Altogether, the experience in the CEO Shadow Program has changed my perspective. It's made me more aware of how I get to influence the business as a product manager, but it also makes me very cognizant that we are empowered as individuals here at GitLab to speak up, open up a merge request, and confront something that we don't believe is true or accurate. That empowerment is something Sid really believes in. Sid believes in our values, especially diversity and inclusion, efficiency, results, and making sure that we hold each other accountable to that is a high priority for him. We are all responsible for the strength of GitLab. Altogether, I feel super lucky to have been a part of this program. My co-shadows, Sophie and Wayne, were absolutely incredible. I couldn't have done this alone. It was amazing to be a part of a community and have the support from Sherry and the other EBAs. And of course, it was incredible to follow such an inspirational and influential CEO around and watch how the business is run and the things that are important to our executive team.